What if I told you that the most powerful women in the world are not powerful because of luck, talent, or perfect circumstances? They are powerful because of what they do every single day when nobody is watching. Strength is not built in one big moment. Confidence is not created overnight. Success is not an accident. The women who inspire the world share something critical. Small daily habits that quietly shape how they think, act, and lead. The truth is, power is never given, it is built. Today we are uncovering the daily habits that transform ordinary women into unstoppable forces of confidence and success. One of the greatest differences between ordinary people and truly powerful women is not intelligence, money, or opportunity. The real difference begins with something deeper, an invisible force that shapes every decision, and that is pure purpose. Every woman who builds a life of influence understands one vital truth. If you wake up without a reason driving you forward, the world will decide your direction for you. And when the world controls your direction, you slowly begin living a life belonging to everyone else, instead of the life you were meant to create. Think about how most people begin their day. The alarm rings, they grab their phone, they scroll through social media and compare themselves to strangers. They react to texts, stress, and outside expectations. Before the day truly begins, their energy is controlled by external forces. They are not leading their life, they are reacting to it. But powerful women understand something entirely different. They know the first moments of every day determine the emotional direction of everything that follows. When a woman starts her day connected to purpose, something extraordinary happens. She stops asking what life wants from her. Instead, she asks what she wants from life. That shift changes everything instantly. Purpose gives meaning to effort. It provides strength during difficult moments and creates clarity when chaos surrounds you. It becomes the invisible push that carries you forward, even when motivation completely disappears. The strongest women in the world do not wake up feeling inspired every single day. That is the biggest misconception about success. People assume confident women always feel powerful. The reality is very different. They have bad days, face uncertainty, and struggle with self-doubt just like anyone else. But their purpose is always stronger than temporary emotions. Even when tired, purpose keeps them moving. Even when discouraged, purpose reminds them why they started. Your purpose does not need to be grand or world-changing. It can be deeply personal. It can be building a better future for your family, or proving you are capable of more than anyone expects. It can be achieving total financial independence. The power comes from having a reason that means something deeply to you. The moment a woman is clear on why she wakes up, her habits change automatically. She becomes focused because distractions lose their grip. She becomes disciplined because excuses no longer work. She becomes confident because every action aligns with something truly meaningful. Over time, she transforms not because life got easier, but because her purpose gave her the strength to survive every obstacle in her path. This is where real power begins, not with waiting for a lucky break, but knowing exactly why your life matters. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because what you are about to discover will completely change how you approach your daily routine. One of the biggest lies people believe is the idea that motivation is enough to win. People wait for the perfect feeling before they ever begin. They tell themselves that when they feel inspired, confident, and ready, they will finally take action. But the truth is, motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you feel unstoppable, while other days you feel completely exhausted and discouraged. If your entire future depends on motivation, your progress will always depend on fleeting emotions. The women who become truly powerful understand something most people never learn. Success is not built on motivation alone. Success is built on relentless discipline. Discipline is the exact bridge that separates wildest dreams from cold reality. It is the raw ability to keep moving forward even when every part of you desperately wants to stop. It is choosing bold action over comfortable excuses. It is showing up for yourself on the days when nobody is watching and when there is no immediate applause waiting at the finish line. The strongest women do not achieve greatness because they always feel motivated. They achieve greatness because they train themselves to act regardless of how they feel inside. Think about how easy it is to make big promises when emotions are running high. People make massive declarations when they feel inspired. They swear they will start exercising, build a business, overhaul their habits, or transform their confidence. But after a few hard days, that initial excitement completely fades. Suddenly the work feels heavy. Suddenly the energy vanishes. And many people quit because they relied entirely on motivation instead of constructing solid discipline. Powerful women know that temporary emotions should never dictate permanent goals. Discipline is what remains when excitement dies. It is waking up and doing the hard work anyway. It is choosing the harder right over the easier wrong. And if you want to build an unstoppable life, you have to master this single truth. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Drop a comment below right now if you are ready to build that kind of unshakable discipline in your own life, and let us keep moving forward. Discipline does not happen by accident. It is forged through small, repeatable daily routines that compound over time into massive results. When you look at high-achieving women, you do not see chaotic schedules. You see intentional systems. They protect their morning hours like a precious asset. They understand that how you spend the first hour of your day sets the biological and psychological tone for everything else. Instead of letting outside notifications hijack their focus, they spend that quiet time reading, planning, strategizing, or simply centering their minds. They feed their minds with high-value knowledge rather than digital noise. They review their long-term goals daily, so their brain constantly stays locked onto the target. This creates an unshakable mental armor. When unexpected challenges hit later in the day, they do not panic or crumble under pressure. They respond with calm, calculated authority. Another powerful habit of successful women is ruthless time and energy management. They know that saying yes to trivial demands means saying no to their own ambitions. They master the art of boundaries. They guard their schedule fiercely because they understand that time is the only currency you can never get back. While ordinary people scatter their energy across 1,000 unimportant distractions, powerful women channel their focus into high-impact priorities. They do the hardest task first. They tackle the intimidating conversation, the complex project, or the daunting challenge right at the start of the day. By conquering the hardest mountain early, the rest of the day bends to their will. This builds a deep psychological momentum. You start walking through life knowing you can handle hard things because you proved it to yourself before breakfast. And that brings us to the ultimate secret weapon of unstoppable women. They never stop investing in their own mental evolution. They read books, study high-level concepts, analyze their mistakes, and constantly upgrade their skill set. They treat ignorance as the ultimate enemy and curiosity as their greatest superpower. They do not wait for someone to teach them how to lead. They teach themselves. They accept full accountability for their current reality and their future outcomes. They never play the victim. When things go wrong, they do not ask why this is happening to me. They ask what this is trying to teach me and how I can use it to grow stronger. That single mental reframe turns every failure into fuel. Every closed door becomes a redirection toward a better strategy. If you want to transform your life, you have to adopt this exact mindset. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop waiting to feel completely fearless. True power is built in the quiet moments of execution, in the daily choices to honor your potential, and in the refusal to let temporary setbacks steal your ultimate vision. You have everything inside you right now to become the architect of your own destiny. Take a deep breath, commit to your daily purpose, build iron discipline, and watch how quickly your entire world begins to transform. Discipline is never something people are born with because it is built through steady repetition. Every small promise you keep to yourself strengthens your resolve. Every time you wake up early when staying in bed feels easier, discipline grows stronger. Every time you continue working while others get distracted, your internal power compounds. Every time you choose long-term success instead of short-term comfort, you quietly transform your identity. Over time, discipline stops feeling like a massive effort because it becomes a core part of who you are. The world constantly celebrates visible success, but very few people talk about the invisible habits that create it. Nobody sees the early mornings. Nobody sees the quiet sacrifices. Nobody sees the lonely moments when someone continues building while everyone else is resting. Yet this is exactly where powerful women are forged. Behind every confident woman people admire is a long history of private discipline that nobody applauded while it was happening. And here is something critical most people completely ignore. Discipline creates unshakable self-respect. Every time you break promises to yourself, you weaken trust in your own ability. But every time you follow through, even on something small, you prove that your word matters. That fundamental shift changes how you see yourself. True confidence does not magically appear out of nowhere one day. Confidence is built when you repeatedly show yourself that you are fully capable of doing difficult things consistently. Life will never wait until you feel ready. There will always be difficult days, fear, uncertainty, setbacks, and moments where quitting feels infinitely easier than continuing. But powerful women make one definitive choice that changes everything. They stop asking themselves whether they feel motivated, and they start asking whether they are truly committed. Because in the end, motivation might start the journey, but discipline is what carries you through every brutal challenge. The moment a woman learns to master discipline, she becomes dangerous in the absolute best possible way. Because now nothing can stop her except the limits she chooses to accept. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right now because we are just getting started on this journey. One of the most overlooked truths about success is this. Before you can control your future, you must first learn to control what enters your mind. Every single thought you think, every belief you hold, and every decision you make is shaped by the information, people, conversations, and environments you allow into your daily life. The most powerful women understand a reality that many people completely ignore. Your mind is the foundation of everything you will ever become. If you do not actively protect that foundation, the outside world will slowly begin shaping your identity without your permission. Most people vastly underestimate how deeply their surroundings affect their personal growth. They spend hours consuming negative content, listening to bitter criticism, staying trapped in toxic relationships, comparing themselves endlessly on social media, and surrounding themselves with people who constantly complain about life. Over time, this daily toxicity begins warping how they think about their own potential. Slowly, confidence evaporates, self-doubt grows stronger, fear becomes normal. Without even realizing it, they begin living according to beliefs that were never truly their own. They become trapped by thoughts manufactured by the outside world instead of thoughts fueled by their own inner strength. Powerful women understand that protecting the mind is never optional. It is a daily responsibility. They know that what they consume mentally is just as important as what they consume physically. Imagine eating unhealthy garbage every single day for years. Eventually, the body breaks down and weakens. The exact same principle applies to your mental state. If every day you feed your mind negativity, insecurity, fear, gossip, and cheap distractions, your mental strength will eventually collapse. And when the mind becomes weak, every ordinary challenge in life begins feeling impossible to overcome. This is exactly why women who rise above ordinary limitations become fiercely selective about who and what they give access to. They pay strict attention to the conversations they participate in. They monitor the voices they listen to repeatedly. They understand that not every opinion deserves space inside their head. Some people will constantly project their own deep fears onto you. Some people will doubt your potential simply because they never had the courage to chase their own dreams. Powerful women learn one vital lesson. Protecting your peace is sometimes much more important than trying to prove yourself to everyone around you. They choose books that challenge their thinking, listen to ideas that expand their perspective, and learn from people who inspire genuine growth. They spend less time comparing themselves to others and more time building themselves. They understand that growth requires mental discipline just as much as physical effort. There is another reason this habit is so powerful. Your thoughts eventually become your permanent identity. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, you start believing negative things about your future. But when you consistently feed your mind with strength, possibility, and confidence, your internal voice starts changing radically. You begin seeing opportunities where everyone else only sees problems. You begin trusting yourself more deeply. You carry yourself differently because the way you view your own potential has transformed. Real power begins the moment you realize not everything deserves access to your energy. The people you listen to, the words you repeat to yourself, the content you consume, and the environment you tolerate are quietly building the person you are becoming. Guard your mind with absolute intention and watch how quickly you build a life that no external negativity can ever destroy. Drop a comment below telling me how you protect your peace every single day. One of the defining characteristics of truly powerful women is that they never allow themselves to become comfortable with who they were yesterday. They understand a truth that many people fiercely resist accepting. Growth is not something that happens automatically, simply because time passes. Just because days go by does not mean progress is actually being made. Just because someone gets older does not mean they are becoming wiser, stronger, or more capable. Growth is a deliberate decision. It is a daily commitment to become better than the previous version of yourself. The women who create extraordinary lives understand that self-improvement is never an occasional activity. It is a permanent lifestyle. Many people spend years waiting for life to change, while completely failing to realize that life only changes when the person living it changes first. They hope circumstances magically improve. They wait around for lucky opportunities to appear. They imagine success arriving at their doorstep without requiring any internal transformation. But powerful women do not wait for the world to hand them a better reality. They build it through relentless daily execution. They look at their flaws, their habits, and their limitations with brutal honesty, and they fix them. They do not fear failure because they know failure is just data used to sharpen their strategy. Every single day, they push past their previous limits. They demand more from themselves than anyone else ever could, and that is the ultimate secret to their unstoppable momentum. They refuse to stay the same. They understand that you either move forward and evolve, or you slowly fade into the background of your own life. If you want to join the ranks of the most powerful and successful women in the world, you have to adopt this exact philosophy starting today. Stop making excuses. Stop relying on fleeting motivation. Stop letting your environment dictate your destiny. Build a crystal clear purpose, forge iron discipline, protect your mind like your life depends on it, and commit to endless personal evolution. You have everything it takes right now to become an unstoppable force. Take the first step today, own your power, and watch how the entire world shifts to make room for you. The perfect moment to change never actually arrives on its own. But powerful women think entirely differently. They never wait for transformation to happen externally because they understand that real, lasting transformation always begins deep inside. Every single day becomes a golden opportunity to learn, improve, and develop new strengths that prepare them for bigger opportunities in the future. The reason this habit matters so deeply is because our world is constantly evolving at a brutal pace. Industries change overnight, technology advances, opportunities shift, and challenges multiply. The person who refuses to grow eventually gets left behind by a world that never stops moving forward. Powerful women recognize this cold reality early on. They understand that staying still is the absolute fastest path toward becoming completely irrelevant. This is why they constantly invest in their own personal development, knowing that every new skill learned today creates absolute freedom tomorrow. Growth does not always mean achieving something massive or loud. Sometimes real growth is completely invisible to everyone except yourself. It may be learning how to communicate with unshakable confidence in high-pressure rooms. It may be radically improving your emotional intelligence so you stop allowing temporary feelings to dictate important decisions. It may be learning strict financial disciplines so you can build permanent independence. It may be developing stronger daily habits that amplify your focus and productivity. It may simply be reading books that expand your entire understanding of human nature. The most important thing is never how dramatic your progress looks from the outside world. The most important thing is maintaining relentless forward movement. Powerful women know that true learning should never stop just because you graduated from school, left university, or achieved initial success. In fact, some of the most dangerous moments in life begin the exact second people start believing they already know enough. The moment someone stops learning, they slowly begin capping their own future. Curiosity dies, adaptability weakens. Confidence becomes completely fragile because it is built on outdated knowledge instead of continuous, lifelong evolution. The strongest women skillfully avoid this trap by remaining lifelong students, constantly seeking new knowledge that fortifies both their mindset and their practical abilities. There is also something intensely powerful about daily growth that most people completely overlook. Growth builds a deep, unshakable confidence that external validation can never touch. When a woman watches herself becoming steadily more capable over time, her self-belief deepens naturally from within. She no longer depends entirely on constant praise or applause from others, because she can physically see undeniable evidence of her own progress. Every hard lesson learned becomes living proof that she is evolving. Every grueling challenge overcome becomes undeniable proof that she is far stronger than she once believed. That internal confidence becomes completely unbreakable, because it was earned through raw personal development, not fleeting approval. The reality is remarkably simple. The women who become truly extraordinary are rarely the most natural.